Howdy, y'all. Welcome back. Today, I kind of wanted to go over something. So, we've simmered on season 7 of My Hero Academia for a while now. It's been out for a while. Um, and I've heard everything, right? It fell off hard. My fall off academia. Ugh. Not exactly glowing reviews, from the anime community. I have always liked My Hero Academia. It was like the first of the new gen shonens I got into, like the others, like Jujutsu Kaisen and Demon Slayer. So I kind of wanted to like react and sort of give my thoughts on a video. Rather than just talk about the past seasons, I thought it'd be fun if we went through a recap video just so we could refresh our collective memories and sort of talk about whether we actually think that this shit fell off or not. So yeah, let's just get right into it. I'm gonna react to this video. My Hero Academia seasons 1 through 6 recap in 7 minutes. What to know before season 7 by Weebs Guild. Nice and tight, 7 minutes. Gotta like a lean video, bro. So let's do this. Might have to adjust the volume. And yes, I'm gonna hold my mic the whole time. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I like doing it. Let's go ahead and just set the volume. All right, let's see what we got. If you're just listening to the audio, you're probably better off. But I mean, bro, that fucking shot. Real quick, I will say in this show's credit, the art style is really good. I like it. I don't know what to call that style, but you ever notice like from their side profiles, they got like almost like a snout? That's how I used to draw people when I was like a little boy. Except it looked like shit. It doesn't look like shit here, but I always thought that was kind of cool. It makes them, I don't know. This anime had like a style, it had a vibe. You know what it had? It had aura. It passed the vibe check. I think that's what got a lot of people into it. How quickly he abandoned that costume. you know? Well, I should probably save this thought for later on, but like just to kind of preface it, I really feel like there was like nothing but a slow crawl to the full power of One for All for a long time. Then just all of a sudden we have all of it at once. But we'll get there when we get there. Bro, that was the hardest fucking fight ever. All Might versus the Nomu. That shit sent me when I watched it for the first time. Cause this is season 1, obviously. So like this was well before anyone claimed it fell off. And there are the people who read the manga and the manga's complete. But us anime watchers don't have the full story. So who knows? I heard the controversy about the ending. And just because of YouTube, I had it spoiled for me already. I already know what happens, but that doesn't really take away my enjoyment. But I want to see it executed. I didn't read the manga. I just know what happens at the end. So I guess we'll kind of see how we feel about it when, like, season 8, it's probably going to be the last one, I think, right? Is over. That's another fight. Obviously, obligatory shonen tournament arc. We have to have it. I understand. But dude, the Midoriya versus fucking Todoroki fight. That shit was mint. It was so beautiful. The use of like 3D mapping with the 2D animation and like the lighting effects, bro. Bro, those animators went ham. That's what happens when people are paid well. Maybe. I don't know what they were paid, but like that is just quality fucking work. I hope they were paid well. Oh, you know that's another thing. I just feel like the anime just was like we played with Ida for like the first couple seasons. They're like, all right, I'm done. Don't want to play with you anymore. Does anyone else that feel that way? I just feel like there's just not a lot of Ida, and I miss him, man. I really do. I liked having him around, but I just feel like we never see that motherfucker anymore, man. Stain. Hero Killer Stain was like the king of aura. He was so fucking cool, man. I love me a good villain with principles. And he had a line in the sand that he didn't cross himself. Like he respected the fuck out of All Might because All Might was so pure. Like Stain had an idea of morality. He wasn't just like super villain. You know, like he had something to say, bro. Like that honestly, pretty raw, man. All right, so yeah, so that was season two. I Another good season, another really good season. Learning about the like beginnings of the origins of One for All was really cool, and then obviously watching Midoriya and Bakugo fight All Might was sick. Even if he was weighted down, it was still really cool. I like that line where Bakugo's like, "This guy ain't just powerful; he is power." Fucking sick. Love All Might, bro. Like, okay, hot take. I kind of don't like when anime does that shit. Like, what is the point of establishing power levels or whatever when you yourself don't even honor them? Like, I'm not saying this is some like game breaking shit. I'm not saying that. So like, don't blow up. But like, the fact that he's fighting that dude, muscular, yeah, that was his name, and then he's just like, one for all, 1,000,000%. It's like, bro, come on. That it's not quite Ichigo Kurosaki from Bleach levels of like pulled that out of your ass. It was kind of pulled out of your ass a little bit. You know what I mean? Like he does suffer a consequence, which is good. I think there should be consequences if you're gonna drastically overuse your power. But you know, he still just kind of pulled that out of his ass. But again, it's not like Waco Mundo fighting Espada number four. Ichigo gets a hole ripped in his damn chest, and then he's just like, oh wait, but my friends need me, and literally just doesn't die for some fucking reason. Like, I wasn't into that, but this is like a lesser version of that, almost kind of. Man, that was season three. Fuck, man, that was so long ago. I don't know that I agree it's the best fight of the series though so far at this point. I honestly think that like Midoriya versus Todoroki is better, and there's just a lot at stake. I know obviously like the fucking world is at stake when All Might's fighting All for One, but it's just so personal with Midoriya versus Todoroki, and it's animated better. I mean, if we're going there, um, I do kind of agree with the criticisms of the All Might versus All for One fight in that like you got this all powerful dude with like 7 billion quirks, and all it really amounts to is just who can punch harder. You know, I get why people criticized it. I don't think it was like some deal breaker, but yeah, I mean, I think they could have been a little more creative with that. But it wasn't a bad fight, but I definitely don't think it was the best one. Hey, you know, matter of fact, why am I not full screening this? Sorry, scuffed. Dude, my computer's like so fucked for the moment that like I can't really edit videos right now, but I will be able to shortly. So this can all be cleaned up in the days to come. Okay, now that fight was gas. That shit was rad. I really like that fight too. And the voice actor for Bakugo in Japanese or English, like either of them, went ham when he was like crying, confessing that he feels he fucked up and he's the reason why All Might lost his power. That's some of the best voice acting I've ever heard in an anime, and it happened there, and I really like that. Yeah, no, Lemillion 2 has like god tier aura. For a while, I was like a Lemillion supremacist. I'm like, yeah, man, he should have gotten one for all. Just imagine him having one for all, but then also being intangible. Literally unbeatable. Literally unbeatable. The only person that I can imagine being more powerful with one for all would have been like Star and Stripe, because she can literally just change the rules of whatever the fuck, you know? That would have been crazy. Don't even get me started on Gentle Criminal. Should I go there? Dude, Gentle Criminal was ass. I was ass. I I think I hated the show a little bit during that arc. I hated just, logging in for my fucking weekly watch, and it was 30 minutes of that. I hated that, dude. Like the Hero Festival, whatever, like just let the kids celebrate, whatever. But like, dude, the Gentle Criminal shit was just a waste of fucking time. He gets a redemption in season 7, which was nice. It was pretty nice. But like, fuck, man, I didn't care about this dude at all. And like the nerve that this show had to where like Midoriya's fighting him, and like, as he's struggling, he's like, "This is the greatest enemy I've ever faced." Bro, no, he wasn't. You faced Shigaraki. You faced so many other people. Gentle Criminal, bro. Dude, the anime like almost completely forgets about him until like the very end of season 7 anyway, bro. Like he was not important. You could have cut him out and the story would not have changed. I have no idea if he's in the manga. He probably is, but I was not into it. If I'm just being real with you, I was not into Gentle Criminal. Fuck that. So boring. That was a really cool way to end the season. I really liked that Endeavor started showing up more. I really like him as a character. And yeah, all the lore shit about One for All, when it just comes to like lore, love it. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was this anime's finest moment. Anytime that we get away from like main plot and just kind of do shit that doesn't really seem like it matters in the grand scheme of things, I feel like that's always going to hurt the show, even if only a little bit. It wasn't as bad with the tournament in season 2, you know? Like, but that's because they put so much character in the fight. I think that's why. Like, you can't say that Midoriya versus Todoroki, as I'm glazing that fight over and over, you can't say that that was boring, because it was flashy, yes, but more than that, it showed us depth of character, and that's what people care about, right? No one wants to just see people fighting for an entire season. You might think you want that, but genuinely, I don't think most people want that. They need to care about what is going on, or the fighting is meaningless. I'd rather have an engaging story of two dudes talking but shit matters than two dudes fighting and it's the most beautifully animated fight I've ever seen but nothing fucking matters. In season 2 it mattered. I'm not gonna say that like the season 5 like class versus class was like the most unimportant shit ever when Gentle Criminal exists, but I don't think it carried the same weight that the tournament in season 2 did, especially with that Midoriya versus Todoroki fight. And that might be the reason why people aren't resonating with it as much. That might be the reason why, I guess, according to this person, and presumably many others, that that is the reason why they weren't invested. There was not enough character work going on. I truly believe that that is the core of what makes any story great. It's inner conflict, it's interpersonal relations, it's character. People are invested in the characters first. Yeah, like a lot of this provisional license stuff, I think that's where we were at here. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I just, it is a little hard for me to explain, but you do feel the loss of aura a little bit from the earlier seasons. Like a lot of crazy shit was happening, and the vibes were off the charts. But like a lot of this, maybe like even this whole season, could have been a few episodes of just the next season. I don't know that it all had to be one fucking season. Maybe that's the issue. Maybe the pacing's weird. Like, because the stakes keep getting heightened, and then we're just off doing random shit. That's okay, I think, at the beginning of a story when the stakes aren't super high yet. But it's like the stakes keep getting higher. All Might is out of the game. The number one hero got fucked up in a fight with a Nomu. He won, but he got fucked up. Like, the stakes are pretty high. Where Nomus are taking out top contenders, bro. Like, I just don't know that we have time for side stuff. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but anyway. Dude, I have to say, bless this dude who made this video. Bless this dude. He is just giving it the fucking work. He is giving it the fucking work. I'm sure he had to do multiple takes to avoid stuttering, but like, just bless you, bro. You did a fantastic job. Bro, Redestro looked like that fucking guy from Phineas and Ferb. Y'all know, is it Doofenshmirtz? That's what he fucking looked like. Fucking sick origin story for your villain. And that kind of brings me to another point. Maybe I should get more into this later, but I almost kind of felt like it was like the passing of the torch. I thought was kind of like the crux of the show. I don't. I have so much to say because it felt like All Might was the old gen hero. All for One was the old gen villain. Midoriya is the new gen hero meant to take his place. Shigaraki is the new gen villain meant to take All for One's place. And it kind of felt like that's where this was going. And maybe there'd just be some like kind of interpersonal conflict between Midoriya and Shigaraki. Like there's any number of ways they could have gone with it. And I feel like that they didn't go any way. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, did I just crack the code? Or maybe I'm just cringe. But like, I feel like My Hero Academia could have gone any of like 7 different fucking ways to like definitively state something as a piece of art. And it kind of wanted to do all of them. So it ended up not really saying any of them super poignantly, if that makes any sense. Not to say the whole show is throwaway garbage, but it's like, I just feel like they wanted to do so many things, and in trying to do all of the things, they didn't perfectly do any of the things. There's a lot of potential in this anime because I don't think it's bad. I still enjoy it. I don't think it like catastrophically fell off, but I feel like there was like as we get to the end, especially because like in season 7, we're like in the like end game. I think there's only one more season. That like I'm not really sure what this anime wants me to believe once this is all over. I'm not really sure I know what it's trying to say to me, but I could just be dumb. So I cannot remember what percentage of one for all usage Midoriya was at this point, but I like, fuck, man. Dude grows like 8% in like 7,000 years. Dude's 45 years old, still in high school, and can barely use any of his power. And then all of a sudden he can just use it all. I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about that. Always when a motherfucker dies in a shonen anime, I kind of feel good about it. Not because I'm some sadistic fuck, but like because motherfuckers never die. You always think they die and then they just never die. You know what I mean? So I just kind of like it when people die. I like the permanence of it. That guy right there, too, is just like god tier villain concept. You know, it and this is what I'm talking about. There are like so many things where I'm like, there are so many things that could have gotten more time that maybe didn't. And I'm no expert, but it's like I really like that dynamic, man. I really like that dynamic of Endeavor and Dobby. Like, bro, more of that, please. And in season 7, we got a lot of that, so I was really appreciative of that. Yeah. See, I feel like you lost me a little bit there. I don't know how I feel about that. It's just all for one and all might, their ancient feud or whatever, and Shigaraki just loses his agency. Um, I just don't know. It just feels messy, doesn't it? Does anyone else agree with me out there? Like, I just feel like the character of Shigaraki, My Hero Academia just didn't have pinned down. I'm not sure what we're meant to think about this guy. You know? I'm not sure what they want us to take away from his story. Like, I could tell you what I feel, I could tell you what I think, but I mean, like, I always try to look at media like that, author's intent. I'm just not sure what the intent was, you know? And again, it could just be my own lack of media literacy, just not really being able to perceive and accurately look at the deeper meaning of media, but I just don't really know what you want from me, show. I don't know how you want me to feel about this guy. The vigilante arc. I remember getting that shit hyped so much on my Instagram. So much of my Instagram is like anime news and stuff. And I remember seeing still images from the manga of the vigilante arc, and I thought it was going to be this big thing. It's like it really wasn't. It was like half a season, maybe. It wasn't that long. That fucking scene made me want to cry. Y'all know what I'm talking about? You are not talking to All Might. You're not updating him at all. He's worried fucking sick. He makes you a fucking lunch made with love. And you like spit in his face. After all he's done for you, he gave you that power. You fuck. In that moment, I just low-key hated Midoriya a little bit. Don't. Just I wanted to cry when All Might fucking tripped into the rain, bro. Nah. Don't disrespect All Might like that, bro. No. Star and Stripe. Just, in my opinion, a complete wasted character. Dude, Star and Stripes' character design was so corny, and I loved it. And she was just American All Might. She was fucking sick. Her quirk was broken. And she's on screen for like 1 second, dies in the first fight we see her in. What a fucking waste of a build-up. I hated that, if I'm just being real with y'all. I hated that. Like, I don't care if a character dies if it's done well, but it's like, damn it, man. Let us live with this chick for like a minute before you fucking ice her, bro. I don't know. But, sick video. Weebs Guild. Shout out to Weebs Guild. Not that he needs my shout out. He's dwarfing me by tens of thousands of subscribers. So, let me give him a like, though. He deserves it. Earned it. That was a great video. Very succinct. Very to the point. Very efficient. Really liked it. So that leaves us with Season 7. Here, let me just maximize myself now since the video's over. So, we all know how Season 7 went. That one's still fresh in our brains. I actually thought that season kind of fucked hard. I thought it was really cool. And yeah, we're in the end game now. So did My Hero Academia truly fall off? Perhaps. Maybe in the middle bit there, it wasn't at its best. I don't think the show's beyond redemption. I just don't think that we're going to get like a 10 out of 10 finale. You know what I mean? Like, I like the show. It's got more to it, I would say, than Demon Slayer. But that's not to knock Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer's very purposefully simple. It doesn't want to reinvent the wheel. It just wants to make a very efficient, quick-turning wheel. And it does that very, very well. It's beautiful to look at. The characters are fun. It is a blast to watch. I love Demon Slayer. It isn't trying to reinvent shonen. It is just shonen at its peak. And that's really, really good. And I like that about Demon Slayer. And then you've got Jujutsu Kaisen, which I believe is deeper. And if I'm just thinking in terms of like what I like out of shows, it's probably the best of the new gen big three. Jujutsu Kaisen's probably the best one, in my opinion. My Hero Academia is what got me into the new gen anime, though, and I really liked it. And it like had a vibe that was just so unique, and I appreciated that. I just think they kind of lost the plot a little bit, especially in the middle. But I feel like they're trying to juggle so many things at once that by the end of this anime, it's not going to make its point as definitively as it would have wanted. So do I think it like fell off completely? Not necessarily. Do I think that it lived up to its full potential? No. I will still watch season 8 when it drops, and I still like this anime, so I'm not like hating on it or anything. So that's kind of where I'm at with that, but I appreciate y'all stopping by, and let me know if you thought My Hero Academia fell the fuck off or not. Hopefully I can be back with more edited videos here soon, but for now, we're on our scuffed shit. But thank y'all for watching.